What's happening, guys? Martin is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So guys, I'm touching base with you in respect of these fragrances. Now, some of you guys have been asking me about these fragrances. I know there've been some new releases, guys. I mean, it is what it is. I go to the store, it's not in the store. They say to me, oh, well, you know, it's not here yet, it's gonna be out soon. Oh, well, it's still on the website, check it out on the website. Not much more I can do. So though, guys, do not get me wrong, I have seen your comments, I've seen what you said, and obviously what you requested for videos, so bear with me, guys. I try my best, but obviously if it's not in the store yet, you know, it's not always worth going to buy something online. You got to test them out as well. However, guys, I hope everyone's doing safe out there, and before we get into the video, please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let's go. I'm personally, as I say, I've got too many fragrances now, so can't really buy them all. However, I managed to get my hands on this one, which you can see, guys, is the Zara Extreme version of these classic fragrances that came out: 5.0, 6.0, 8.0, 9.0, 12.0, and 14.0. Now, the last video I did, it was with Melanie, so guys, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe as well on her channel. And again, you know, fragrance reviews, guys, it's always good to get a female opinion, but at the same time, equally, you need to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Sometimes there'll be fragrances you think to yourself, yeah, okay, that's nice, and again, you know, it's not gonna get any compliments, but you just like it, so why not? So ultimately, just having a quick look at this, guys. So this is the pack that you can see. This is the breakdown of the pack, and again, I want to give a shout out to, can't remember who the person was, but there are some cards here down below, so you can test the fragrances. I did not know this, so shout out to you, well done for spotting that. So guys, I'm not going to necessarily get into the note breakdown. All that information is available online, and at the end of the day, guys, these are fragrances which, again, they're not necessarily anything particularly fantastic, I would say, from what I'm picking up on. All I'm going to say to you guys is that you can't expect to pay £5 for a fragrance, £6 for a fragrance, and get beast mode performance every single time. It's just not going to happen. It will happen for some fragrances, but not for all. But these fragrances, guys, just going to go through it now. I've not actually smelt them fully outside of the store. So this is 5.0. Just bringing this one out now, guys. Let me see how it goes with this one. 5.0. Let's have a sniff. It's quite a deep type of fragrance, guys. I mean, this is the extreme version, so I'm assuming it's slightly more of a higher concentration than the original, and these seem to be other toilette concentrations as well. Let's smell. It just smells. I'm not picking up on anything of any particular real sort of takeaway points. I mean, if this had some sort of aquatic note in there, is what I'm picking up on. Maybe some sort of grapefruit. It just smells like it's a winter fragrance. Obviously, this is an extreme version, but it doesn't. See, it's like a winter fragrance, but it's not necessarily to me. It just smells to me like lemon pledge. That's the only way I could describe it. It doesn't smell really like anything that. It just smells like someone's just come and cleaned or hoovered a room, and you get that sort of aerated smell, if that makes any sense. Fresh sort of aquatic smell. According to the website, it says that it's got geranium, apple, and amber in there as well. And for me, guys, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not gonna bother spraying on skin. It just smells to me like it does smell similar to 5.0, but it's not as the projection doesn't smell necessarily, in my opinion. It doesn't seem to project much. I could tell straight away that this is not gonna last longer than probably about an hour to 2 hours. Maybe if there's a cedar wood note in there, maybe it's the woodsy note is gonna keep it around, but outside of that particular base note, there's just nothing to go off, guys. It just smells like a waxy lemon pledge smell for me. It's not enough for me to really say I'm gonna purchase this one. So that's 5.0, guys. Not necessarily one I personally would go out of my way for, but it is what it is, guys. I mean, hey, you know, you guys wanting to see the review, so let's get into it. So this is the next one, guys. This is 6.0. Again, let's have a look. Okay, guys, so 6.0. Again, that Isel own type of fragrance is what it's come to my mind. Let's have a spray of it. I'm not smelled this one on its own. I think this is probably better than the original one, actually, just for the brightness. So we're seeing that it's got bergamot pear, Irish lavender, cedar, and amber in it. So apparently it's supposed to smell like Yves Saint Laurent Parfum Intense. For me, I can pick up on some of that, you know, Fragrantic, because it says it seems to have a note of like Le Mal, also Mal sort of vibe going on. I can sort of pick up on some of that with the pear note maybe going on. But in my opinion, Ultra Mild is a bit more sweeter, fresher, slightly more of a fruity vibe. This one smells like it's slightly more musky. This one does seem to have like an older sort of smell to me. If anything, it smells like a dated fragrance. This reminds me of like Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps sort of smell. You know, this isn't like something I personally would want to go and buy. It's not really very nice, I'd say, guys, in all honesty. I mean, for the extreme version, some of you guys may like it. It's probably a bit more like an acquired taste, like Marmite. Some people like it, some people don't. Just not for me, guys. Even from 1 to 5, I'm probably going to give this like a 2. I mean, the extreme is it's hard to work out, because I think what they've done with the extreme, it seems to be like the note breakdown just seems to be denser, but it doesn't really seem to give off by way of projection much to work with. It just smells like a passing fragrance to me. Yeah, that's it, guys. 8.0. 8.0. Okay, so 8.0 seems slightly more aquatic. Seems, again, it's like got some sort of grapefruit note in there, maybe the pineapple note in there. Okay, guys, so the 8.0, which is originating in that green bottle, that type of watermelon type of watery note is there to some extent, but again, I just feel like these sort of fragrances there's nothing to really take away. Yeah, in my opinion, guys, just smelling this so far, you're better to stick with the originals, the classics. Stick with the original ones rather than extreme. The extreme is for someone who is really just more about the Zara fragrances, who really just want to just have it as part of your collection. I really don't believe this is going to add anything. There's like a deeper sort of watery sort of grapefruit note I think I'm picking up on this one. Same up patchouli, it's got musk in there as well. As it's just not bright enough. It's just not bright enough. This is don't get it confused. These fragrances are not beast mode performance type of fragrances. These are fragrances that, as I say, I personally just feel like they're just making money off, you know, the whole line now. People will buy it, they'll spray it in the store and think, wow, this is nice, and go for it. I've been saying this for years. It's nothing new. But I just don't. I mean, to me, it doesn't feel like it's gonna last in them for time. You gotta bear in mind, guys, a lot of these fragrances have been reformulated as well. Obviously, these are the newer versions with the extreme and the sport and so forth. But you know, it's just a so-so fragrance. I'll probably even just give this one a 1. That's probably been a little bit harsh, but I just don't see it's gonna last any length of time. I just feel like the base notes seem a little bit too overpowering for it to even project in any type of way. I wouldn't really even bother even wearing this in the winter, because it's not going to last, number 1, but number 2, there's not enough going for it to be more than a skin scent, in my opinion. Who knows, guys, maybe on skin it might be different, but again, I'm not going to spend my time spraying it on skin and working out on skin and so forth. There's so many of these fragrances to review. As I say, you can't do every single one to a certain level, but you got to try your best as you can. Yeah, just leaves something to be desired, guys. I don't think this is probably the better ones in my collection, and just smelling it so far, I probably would recommend not to buy them. But you guys, if you have bought them, let me know down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Extreme versions, what do you think? Anyway, guys, we're on to the next one now, and this is 9.0. So guys, here we go again. So 9.0 extreme. Let's have a sniff. Okay, so 9.0 extreme. Slightly more interesting. If you were to take, for example, and I keep referring to these ones, if you take, for example, Dior Homme and Valentino Uomo, the original, the classic, let's call it now classic, but the original 9.0 smelled to me more like Dior Homme mixed with Valentino Uomo. This one, however, slightly, on the opening at least, smells to me slightly more like Valentino Uomo, borderline mixed with Dior Homme. But now it's going somewhere else. It's slightly going again in, there's like a cherry vibe that I've talked about before. This cherry vibe comes from, is it Guerlain? L'Homme Ideal. That type of sweetness, that type of borderline fruity sort of note going on. That's what I'm picking up on slightly. So it's not necessarily one of those fragrances that is definitely one or the other, but it seems to go slightly more along that line. Now, for me, guys, I don't really know. Again, I personally wouldn't buy this at this point now, but for me, this is probably the best out of all of them I've smelled so far. This is probably the most balanced one I'm smelling for 9.0. But do not buy this one expecting to get the same as the original. The original is not the same as this. The original has been reformulated since the classics have come out. You probably can still buy the original bottle, and I probably recommend you buy the original bottle in the original sort of frosted glass. But the thing is, don't expect to get beast mode performance. don't expect to get the same type of projection because again, it's been reformulated. But this one to me just smells like slightly more down a sweeter version. Whether it's gonna last for any length of time, I really can't tell you. I'm just smelling this for the first time. I don't probably think it will. It just smells sweet as like a cherry note, as I say, like cherry drops type of smell I'm smelling. Opening, again, is slightly more Valentino Uomo. It smells like not a bad fragrance, probably the best blended one I'd say out of the particular group. But yeah, that's what it is. 9.0. On to the next one, guys. 12.0. 12.0 straight away smells to me like night port on. I want to say 1 or 2. It's in a blue bottle. Getting this very strong sort of like tar smell going on there. And again, it just smells to me like it's just a rehash of another fragrance that's been released, to be honest. It smells like a rehash of another fragrance that's been on. Again, I can't remember the particular one. I'll put the bottle up somewhere here. But it just smells to me like a rehash of that fragrance. I don't think there's anything different. 12.0. If again, night pour on, I want to say 3 or whether it's 5 or whatever it may be, but in that blue bottle, this is what it smells like to me. Pretty much like for like. Isn't really anything to go on. There's like a keen lavender note I'm picking up, maybe some tonka bean or something like that. It just smells like a slightly more sort of, I don't say dated fragrance for me anymore, but that doesn't really give me much to work with. I definitely can only wear this one 12.0 Extreme probably in the night time. It's not going to be a winter, it's not going to be a summer fragrance, definitely a winter fragrance. Date night possibly, yeah. Some people it'll work for, but for me this lavender note is just a little bit too much of a kick for me. I just don't think, again, it doesn't smell like it's going to project as much as the original night in the blue bottle version, but it is what it is, guys. 12.0, not bad, but again, is it worth the $12.99? I'm going to say no. Just be careful with these fragrances, guys, because again, as I say, they're not really, the standard is not what it used to be. The standard doesn't seem to be there anymore, and it's really disappointing. You know, sometimes I used to actually go to Zara and look for these fragrances and be so happy to see them out. I think, wow, you know, you're getting a real bargain with these things, but now it just starts to smell like, you know, it's just getting to a point where things are watered down. They're just there for money making purposes. There's nothing else going on. And yeah, you can't really do much with the fragrance. Anyway, guys, this is the last one in the group, and this is 14.0. As I say, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let's get into it in respect of the final fragrance. Vamos. Okay, guys, so here we go now, final fragrance, and this is 14.0 Extreme. Let's go, guys. Let's have a smell. Vamos a ver si huele bien o no. You know what, guys? I just cannot work out what this. There's a fragrance that they released, and it's got like a pineapple note in there, and I just cannot work out which one it is from the collection. It came out in summertime, and I think it was in one of the. I think it came out in one of the. I know what it is now. I know what it is now. You thought you got me. You thought you got me, but now I know. This one smells like Hugo Boss Unlimited. This one smells like Zara's Summer, in a sort of like aquatic sort of blue bottle, aquatic green bottle. This one smells to me like pineapple cola. That's what it smells like to me, and this is not bad at all, actually. This is not bad. See what notes are in there. Seeing it's got like a bergamot lemon note in there as well, pineapple watermelon, dusk, and musk and watery notes. This one actually just smells quite nice. This one smells like pineapple soda, like a fizzy note as well going on. But it's not bad, guys. I mean, but at the same time, would I spend $12.99 on this one? Probably not, I don't think, at this point. Maybe I'll just get one of the little decants. So if you imagine, let's say, Boss Bottled Unlimited in the white bottle, or the Zara Summer version, that's what this one smells like. Now, this doesn't smell as bright as the summer version. It doesn't have as much going on, I would say. But as a sort of like a cool down, no, I don't want to say smoky because it's not quite smoky, but it's like a thick syrupy pineapple cola smell. That's what I get from this one, from 12.0 Extreme. So just running through it, guys. There's not really much I can say about this particular pack. I'm just going to say this to wrap up the video. Two that I'd pick out for, to be honest, guys, would probably be 9.0, and I'm going to say 14.0. 9.0, again, give me that Valentino Uomo sort of vibe going on that we talked about so many times before. But at the same time, guys, I'm just concerned about longevity on this one and projection. This one, 14.0, if you like sweet fragrances, slightly more fruity fragrances, and again, you're happy to have that type of pina colada sort of, like, you know, pineapple vibe going on a slightly more sort of skin scent bases, because that's what it smells like it's gonna be. That's what it smells like it's gonna be for me. I would say go and check this one out. But between the two, can't really call it. You guys let me know down below. Have you tried out any of these fragrances? Which is the one that wins for you out of the extreme pack? For me, as I say, I've already given my opinion. I'm gonna wait to hear from you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. 5,000 subscribers. Let's go.